Okay, so share away when you're ready.
Okay, you see my screen?
I do indeed.
Okay, now um, I think I know what the problem is, or what one of the problems is. I think
Okay.
when I saved my template the last time, there was a point I failed to delete, and I think it's causing me some trouble.
Okay.
So are you seeing me now?
Yeah, I see your start screen. Yeah.
Okay, let me set up. There are two things that are happening.
Okay.
Uh, and they may very well be related. I don't know. Okay, then I should hit next, right? This
Uh,
this this is actually the first job I've created a new job since I've downloaded 2024 and IntelliCAD 11.1. So it,
okay.
it may not be. So the defined projection is N8083 2011 West Virginia. So
Oh,
nothing else to do, right? Except hit next.
yeah, pull down, do me a favor up there where it says coordinate system, where it says predefined, user defined. What are those choices? Okay, I think that'll do. Yep,
Then next.
correct.
Okay, now can I just hit next here since
You
I've already set the path, or do I need to do these?
Yes. Yes, no, that's only if you want to change those two things. There's a path and the associated coordinate file. And
Okay,
based on the coordinate file that you choose, that line of buttons on the very bottom row is the next step you could go to. Like you could go straight into importing a coordinate file from somewhere else if you want, but yours is preset to none. So that's fine. You can go ahead and let it finish, and then you can do everything that you can do with that wizard, you can do with individual commands. So don't worry about that part.
okay. So now what I normally do here is I've gone to my job site and I've picked out a latitude and longitude. So
All right.
the next thing I do is bring in uh, my my image. Well, first I create the point so that the image is coming in at so I know where I need to be. So I go to point, I go to draw locate points,
Mm-hmm.
and I want it to be on uh, control. And
Yeah.
then I enter and assign.
Well, that's where you type the coordinates. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I did something wrong. Uh,
You're going to screen pick. That's you choose screen pick, but enter and assign is you type the coordinates. You can, yeah, there we go.
I wanted to use a different point number.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So enter and assign, and I'm
Yeah.
going to do latitude and longitude. So I hit the L.
All right.
Yes. Okay, the latitude is 39.245261. The longitude is minus 77.892190. Okay, now then I'm getting that message.
Huh.
What is doing that?
Well, it's telling you that you are outside of your projection zone. So, first of all, 39, 39.77 seems like it would be right where you would be.
It is.
Huh.
So should I cancel and
Yeah, cancel that for a minute and let me take a look at something. Go back to your settings and choose the drawing setup.
let me click this for a minute. So I've got,
Yeah,
okay.
thank you. There we go. All right, so now where it says predefined, user defined, where it says perform geodetic lat long transformation, I don't think you need to turn that on.
I
Uh,
never have before, but I
right.
don't remember seeing it either.
Yeah. Yeah, let me go ahead and request remote control just for in case I need it. Okay, now, um, so let me take a look at this. You are in NAD 83, 2011, West Virginia North. See, that should be what you need. And it used to be you pulled it from here. So you've got these two besides this. So if I were to choose, say, state plane, then that lets me get these, but that's NAD 27, of course. So then predefined, user defined. If I load, let's add predefined. So this is going to be NAD 83. To 11. Virginia North, see, that's already there. Let me remove them both just in case there was something wrong with that one. And we'll just reload it. But again, this is not something you should have had to have done.
Passed it.
Yeah, so let's see here.
There you go.
And that should be it. I want to take a look at the projection a minute here with an edit. All right, so it goes. All right, so what were your coordinates again?
Uh, 39.25261 and
All right.
minus
What was the latitude again? 30, 38, 39.
39.245261.
All right, so you are so you see the north parallel and the south parallel.
Yes.
So it's 40.15 and then 39.0. So that's the north-south range. And you are at 39 something. So you're between those two. So that part's good. You are at a central meridian of 79.3 and you're less than a degree away from that. So that should be good. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. Now, one quick thing, if you go to like if you go to Google Earth or any of those things that you can type in a latitude and longitude and see where it lands.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, I just want to graphically confirm. I'm sure it is, Michael. Those numbers are fine.
Yeah, I've never typed in a latitude and longitude before to go somewhere. How do I
Yeah,
do that?
just up there in the search box.
Yeah.
type the 39 point something something comma minus 79. And
Well, it's
then,
actually
or,
minus
yes,
77.
correct, yeah. Oh, 77.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead then. I thought you was 79. That might, but you're still only about a degree away. Yeah,
Yep, that's exactly where I want to be.
right. So that's squarely where it needs to be. Something other doesn't.
Let me close this.
Yeah. Hmm. I wonder.
Now let me show you something else I've got here.
All
Let
right.
me let me do a zoom extents here without any points being in there. No, I'm not seeing anything now. I guess I have to have the other thing in there. Let me try a okay, so it's got nothing in there. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this. Down here at the bottom of your well, no, where your coordinates are, I was gonna say, so we can set these to be, we can set these to show lat long if we need them, but I think uh, we'll leave that for the moment. Let's see. If we do let's go to uh, see. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Cancel that. I meant to do this. And let's just go there and then we'll just pick up, see where I'm tracking up here. This box is showing me.
Yeah.
So that, you know what? That says positive 77 degrees.
Yeah, it sure does.
Okay, that may be a clue. So let's do this a minute. If I go, I'm going to switch from West Virginia north. I'm going to add. Oh, heck, it won't matter. Let's just choose Connecticut. All right. We'll take that back out here in a minute. All right. So now I'm here. And now if we they're showing longitude as positive values. So my guess is maybe we're supposed to have known that. So if we go back here, let's take Connecticut out of there. So you're not working in the wrong place. All right, so if we go back to that, and if we go, let me see if it's defined here. You got that on the other monitor, maybe?
Yeah, let me pull it over.
Okay. If they've changed that, which I would be very disappointed if they did, because every other commercial software enters longitude with negative coordinates. So draw locate. Enter in a sign. Yeah, okay. I understand that there's an option, but it doesn't tell you what to do, or what, it doesn't tell you positive or negative. So if, or try doing that draw locate points and using the there's 0.200. So enter in a sign. Go ahead and put that in by latitude, lat long, and wait, is it okay? And decimal degrees. Yep. Okay. And this time do it without the minus sign. I bet it'll work. I bet that's what was killing it. Yep.
Okay, well now let's bring in the image and see if it actually ends up where it's supposed to.
Well, okay.
So I need to set that up first. This is a good refresher for me anyway. So I can just type GIS in here.
Yeah, and you make sure you're in your Phillips Mickey folder, if that's what
Yes,
you need to be. And if
right.
this is a new one, go ahead and hit the new tab, because otherwise it'll prompt you. There you go.
And open.
Yeah.
And I go down here,
Mhm.
select,
Yeah.
select new GIS, open.
Huh?
Okay. Okay. And I go to images and place image by world file. And I pick that.
Correct.
Oh, I forgot to draw a rectangle, but I can do that afterwards, I guess.
Well, it's an updated existing image in drawing. So if we do a zoom extents, we've got something here.
Yeah, that's a mysterious point. I don't know where that comes from. I mean, it's something that I've created, but you saw me look for it and it wasn't there.
Okay, that must have come from your template drawing, is the only thing I can figure. Right, there's your 0.200. All right, so if you placed image by world file, there's the world file. So we now selected that file. Now you have to select the file. Let's see. No, that was the world file. That's what we needed. Okay, layer, yes, place in background. Okay. Updated existing image in drawing. Do you have one of the layers? Like it's not frozen or anything
Want to look
here.
at XREF?
Wait a minute, I'm looking here at. All right, so those are, you got some that are frozen.
And they shouldn't be, right? In my
So
template, right?
Yeah, so that's coming in from your template, I'm
So
guessing.
we need to fix the template.
See, there's points freeze and everything. So if we turn everything, if we thaw and on everything, now you see that's going to,
Yeah,
all of that's in the template.
yeah, okay.
Now,
Let's,
that being said, right now for what we've got here, we can simply just, erase all of that stuff. So that's now gone. And now that is a zoom extent. So there's something outside of that.
is there a way to edit a template?
Oh yeah,
Why don't
let's,
we edit the template and redo?
we will. Um, so you got final cover and access easement. You've got, see each of these, those you'll want to keep in. I'm just making sure there's, so you've got this up here. See, this is a, no, that's not in the viewport. So those are fine. I was just checking to see if they were referring to anything. You have a viewport, but it's not showing anything. This is just over top of that viewport.
Right.
And then the access easements. All right, so that's all well and good. If we, let me see how many things it selects. Oh, it finds four. So that's really a group of three. So there's one other and a point. So there's four things. Two block a point, and there's an image in there. So that image is in there. It's not being visible. That's what I want to find out. And that was on your layer called geo image, right?
Yeah. Did you go to XRough and see it there?
I doubt it. We can try. Well, yeah, is that it? And it's unloaded. So if we reload it, why would it come in and be unloaded and why won't it reload? That's a SID file.
There it is.
Now it's loaded and there it loads up. All right, so let's
No, it's awful. Okay, there it is.
all right, so it's where we expect it to be. So that part's good.
Yeah,
All right, so there's the first thing to note is that we don't use negative longitudes, and that's
that's crazy. What do they do about someone who is
working in some over in England, or
right?
Germany or something. I guess whenever you're local, it just says, "Oh, that's stupid. That needs to be fixed." Because you've done that before and you've used negative, right?
Oh yeah, for
Uh,
years.
Okay. I mean, with Carlson, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's
Believe it or not, I've been using Carlson for years now.
that's true. All right. So there's your image. Everything's where it should needs to be. All right. So we've got everything there. So let's go now. We're going to close this and not save it. And let's go to your template file. So we're going to open a file.
Should I delete all that Phillips stuff?
No, we can just write over top of it when we come back to it.
Okay,
So we're going to open this file, and the file we want to open though, down here instead of a drawing file, we're going to open a drawing template. Okay.
okay.
And so now see, it doesn't change your folder. So there are no templates in that folder. So we need to go find where that template is coming from,
There
which
it is.
is
It's right there, I
this one right
think.
here. Yeah, probably. There we go. And if we look down below, yeah, see, these are all the ones. So which one was the one
Minor
you,
subdivision right
okay.
there.
All right, so if we open that up, projection is currently used in this drawing. We are switching to less ambiguously named as USA to, yes, that'll be fine. 2011. So we're just gonna, all it does is just rename it so it matches that. So that part's good. All right, so now here we are. So we're going to, first of all, freeze thaw everything. And then we're going to do a zoom extents, which I just did, and I don't see a thing. And let's take a look at that, at the layers. Those are frozen. And we select all 115. What do we have? Those are points and things. There's two polylines, 39 points. Now this is strange. Zoom extents. Okay, let me try that. Zoom previous. Let me try it. If I double click, well, it worked that time. It didn't work the last time. All right, so this is what's stuck in that drawing template. Now you don't want that to be in that drawing template for any other particular reason, correct?
No,
All right, so we're going to just select everything and delete it. Now we do want, however, all of these things to stay just like we had. So that lets you go ahead and do those setups. I'll go ahead and zoom these extents. And then we're going to come here and we're going to go up here and save, and it's going to save it back as that template. All right, so there that is, it's saved. We're going to close that. And now go ahead and let's try this over again.
go to new drawing.
Yeah. And now, yep. All right. So make sure you're, yeah, wherever folder you need to be. Okay.
How come it didn't ask me if I wanted to overwrite that?
But you haven't said, yeah, when you say that, it should ask you. Or actually, it should, well, it should. Let me see. Let's see. Go ahead and say next.
Yeah, okay.
Right. And that's fine next. All right, now, why does it say, make sure that it didn't bring anything in. Oh, 200, oh, that it found the things over here, but there's nothing in our model. All right, see what it did to this. Yeah, now see, that's got these frozen layers and stuff. So something is doing something weird there. If I say new from a template, that browse. New drawing name. See, that should. I'd set that. That should. Prompt me. It's not. And see this warning line down here where it says due to known limitation, unable to set annotation scale for a drawing saved and older.
Yeah,
This looks like more behavior that they changed. Probably somebody complained about, oh, well, it overwrites my existing file. So they go and say, that's poor. All right, let me try this a minute. I'm going to choose this and we're going to just call it that. So that will definitely be a new drawing. See, it still gives us that warning. That's fine. And now let me take a look at this. What on earth? Definite list. Let me see if let's go back. So that should be here. No, that's Carlson 2023 CAD 10 SUP. So really where we should be is not in 2023, but in 2024. Aha, so that may very well give us our clue. And why do we have two? Oh, ICAD 11, that's what we're using. Supplemental. And there's minor subdivision. Okay, now get
now do you
that.
see that warning popped up due to
Yeah,
no limitation?
right. And that's okay because it's coming in with an older DWG format. It's on the template. So now if,
I'm gonna look at the layers.
yeah, well, now the layers should be, you're going to see those frozen ones because or no, yeah, see?
Yeah,
And so we're going to go through this same thing. We're going to freeze and thaw all layers. We're going to zoom extents. We're going to get rid of these. And then we're going to save that file. So now I think what was happening is that we changed the 2023 formatted file a minute ago. So now we're using the 2024. Now let's go through here and take a look at some configuration issues. Let's look at our startup settings. So the project, that's all fine. Template name, and I'm going to make sure we're pointing to the right folder, 2024. All right, so there we go. So that folder is correct. And we'll come down here and find minor subdivision and open. So that one's good, that one's good. And drawing setup, US feet, attribute layout, description, elevations on or off,
off.
okay, that's fine, as long as you know how to set those. Let's go ahead and set this back up to 1. You have a default point style you want to set?
Not really,
Okay, we'll just leave
not in
what,
the template.
yeah, so we'll just use whatever's there and then you can,
Oh, can I get rid of some layers in there?
oh yeah, absolutely. So we'll do that. There's your projection is defined. That's all good. We'll say okay. Let me see this geodetic lat long confirmation. Let me see what that will do. Uh, these are our drawing setup. See, the help system doesn't even have that new help, doesn't even have the new dialogues in it.
Right.
It doesn't, so that's not going to define it.
Carlson's becoming like Microsoft. It's a victim of its own success. They're always focused more on
Yep,
producing the next project than they are on making sure that the current project works properly.
that is true. That is true. Driven by that update schedule. All right, so now take a look at our survey settings. You got, yeah, that's turned off. All right, so we save all those current and future, and we save,
Let's get rid of some layers before we.
yes, there we go. I'll let you
Okay, come down
decide.
here to plat. Okay, I'd like to get rid of all of these.
You can select more than one. If you're getting them in a group, you can get the first one and then shift click the last one, or just keep control clicking each ones, but that's fine.
Okay, I'm hitting delete and it's not
No,
letting.
no, not there. That's to delete things out of the drawing. So right,
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
okay.
All
Uh,
right. And you can also, if you always start, say, on the control layer, you can go ahead and preset that if you want to make it your current layer. It's up to you.
okay.
So you got all of the vicinity map layers that typically come in with that vicinity map when you bring that in. So those are all fine. They're not going to hurt anything.
Okay, so X, I'm good then.
Okay.
And then save again.
Yeah. Now close that and then let's try this over again.
New drawing.
Yeah.
Okay, now should I name this something else?
Yeah. Switch to your folder and yeah, just for yucks, I would. And now while you're there, see if you can right click that first of all. So can you right click one and choose delete? Yes, down toward the bottom. And
Same
this
thing here.
correct. Now, oh, what are those? Yeah, okay, right click and delete.
Oh,
There we go. And then right click and that's just a shortcut, but go ahead and clear it. All right, so now you can type that and then just leave. Yeah, get rid of that part. Okay.
oh, it's a shortcut.
Right, yeah, let's just click there and take that part out of the name. That should work. And then choose save and open. And next. I can still get the warning, but I think that's because of the format of the other. So now,
Then go in and enter my point.
yeah, go back to settings first of all for a minute and look at the drawing setup and let me set the, make sure that line, see that LT scale is set to 100, change that
Yeah.
to 1. There you go. Say okay. Now let's try it.
Now, see, it always comes up to Platt Johnson. It drives me
Yeah,
crazy.
that's set in your point default.
Yeah,
So
we
no,
fix that
yeah,
too when we,
yeah, that doesn't stay in the template though. That just stays in the last time you ran the points command.
okay.
There you go. Turn assigned by latitude.
I've never in a million years figured out about taking the minus off of
Yeah, that seems to me a
that's,
major oversight. That's just incorrect. Now hit enter to finish. There you go.
then go to GIS.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already in GIS.
Okay.
I go to settings,
Now go to your GIS data. There you go.
GIS settings.
That's yeah, see that's right now pointing to a temp thing. So
Mm.
you can choose well, put it back on existing and then just choose that GIS there. Yeah, it's already selected. That's fine.
But why is it selected?
It see up there where it's previous from where it found the last one. You can
Okay.
just take it like that and then choose open. And this one is oh, there we go. Now you probably can get by if you're just placing an image, if you're not doing other things like bringing in the data, you can probably get by with skipping that step, but it's good practice. So I'm not going to tell you to not do it. So
Okay.
I want you to keep that in mind. There you go. Okay. Everything came in, looks like. So if we zoom extents, just double click your wheel or type ZE, either one. Why did, no. All right. Geo. It's there.
Go to the XREF. It's a reload thing. I don't know why
Oh
it's doing that.
yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to close this off and go back to that file, back to the, oh, sorry. Let me switch this. Let's go back to that drawing template. And there is 2023, which we don't want. We want,
2024 is right above, right below it.
uh,
Oh no, that's Mickey.
yeah, so I'm going to go here, but then I'm going to come up here and go down. And minor subdivision. All right. So now what we'll do is this. And we still have these loaded in here. So you've got the vicinity map, your signature you're going to want to keep, and that's there.
Yeah.
These two, or these three things, we're going to take, we're going to take, let me get the right key here. So we're going to take all of those. So those were all image files, and we're going to delete them. That's why it said updated existing image, because it found that existing image and it kept it as unloaded. So
Okay.
now we save that, we come back to here and
New drawing.
back to new drawing. From there to there. And now let's see if it's going to, is that the one? 2024. Yeah, 2413. So let's see what it tells us about this one. It never gives us that warning. There we go.
There's the do no limitation.
Yeah, that
Just ignore it.
yeah, for now I want to take a look at I need to look at that in another place. All right, so we've got everything there, making sure those layers are all thawed, and we've removed the plat. Yep, they're gone. All right, now. Right now, this is why this is set to Platt Johnson. So if you wanted, you could even, preset that as a starting and just like you always do, just make sure you
Okay, let me
take.
change the points.
Well, now this is anytime you use point, you see it's going to come up with whatever you say here. So if you
Yeah,
if you
no,
always,
it's the
the
symbol.
symbol. Okay, so let's select that to that one.
Yeah, it's always the first thing I use.
All right.
And then I always start with 0.200 when I'm putting one in.
Okay, doke. Now that's going to happen later on. So just switch it every time you need to switch it, and that may stay switched the next time you do it. I don't know that that will keep it each time.
Right, because we're
It
not in the template.
correct. And so, but even if you do it in the template, when you start from the new, I don't think it reads that from the template settings. I think it reads it from the last time you ran the points command.
Okay.
So just keep your eye on that when you do it. Now, I wanted to look, let's see, we got rid of these. Perfect. And so one thing I wanted to check was the uh, file level. See that default format, but see it says 2018, so it's set to the latest. I'm going to leave that up there for a minute. I'm going to go back to that one, which I think is the correct folder. And I'm going to look at this as to what it might be pointing to. So I'm in SUP, there's good. Yeah, see, it's also pointed to 2018 as a template. Yeah. I think it's just a warning that says it couldn't set the annotation. So I think we're okay to just ignore that. You come back in here and set this back to 1. And that is going to always react to this. And you're just going to have to manually switch that. There's legacy reasons for that. That's back from when people weren't using AutoCAD line types. They were relying on the Carlson defined line types.
And where do you do that again? Under
Just under
settings,
drawing
drawing
settings. Yeah.
setup?
And when you first come into running the wizard, you don't get this number here
Right.
when you set it up. So you have to come back and run it again like that.
Okay. So
All
now
right.
I
So
go to do the GIS
yeah. So now,
data,
yep.
GIS settings, select. Oh,
No,
did I
you're
do
fine.
that
Fine, yep. And then there it is, yeah.
under existing?
Yeah, it's fine because we'd already created it. That's fine. And even if it wasn't there and you said existing, it'll just prompt you to create it now, and you would say yes. All right, so
Okay.
there's that. Starts with the right point number control. So enter and assign. You're gonna put that in.
No minus sign. Okay,
There,
then
enter. You can enter to finish. There you go.
image is placed image my world file.
There you go. That's more
Okay,
like what we're looking for. Now you can,
let me inverse to
you can,
200.
yeah, there you go. Well, I tell you a quicker way to do that, escape all that. Just go to your inquiry menu and choose find point about mid, yeah, right there. And by number and 200. There you go. Now it's pointing to it right there. You see it?
Yeah.
See the arrow? I mean,
Okay, so now I need to create a box around this.
okay. Yeah, just make sure you're big enough to include what you need.
And
So
go to clip. It's a clip image or image clip.
I think it's
Image clip is,
image clip. Yeah. There you go. So select image to
oh
clip.
no, I have to do image frame first.
No, the frame is, I don't think, just click on the edge of the image itself. It should be able to grab it. All right, it's now go to the left. Go toward the left. Now click. Uh, maybe you did
Let
this.
me do an image frame.
Yeah, try that one and see.
Image frame to, okay, no, image clip.
Yeah, I didn't realize where the frame was going to be squared off like that. You could have probably done a crossing and picked it up even though it wasn't showing, but that's okay. Go ahead and select it by the frame. Now,
I want to do new.
yeah,
I want to do select polyline.
yeah, and
I
there you
want to
go.
select the polyline.
Okay,
And there I am.
okay. And now if we look down there at our point, where is our point here? Let's see. Um, sure. Oh, there it is. Okay. Um, see, that's supposed to be 8 feet on the ground, and it doesn't. It looks like it's much smaller than 8 feet.
It does look smaller, way smaller.
So if we draw locate points, I'm just going to redraw them. Symbol size is 08, text is 08. If I just do it's 07. They change. Scalar. Oh, just back to 100. I suspect they've made a change here too. Able to set annotation scale. Hmm. You see anything on your screen at all? It's not letting me.
What are you trying to do? Say
Just
okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hitting a, there it
There
is.
it is. All right, now
Took the whole image off.
let's see. Loaded.
How did you get that to come back?
I did a regen and then a zoom extents, but why is it not displaying? So if I choose the image, show image, I say no. If I switch it back to yes,
Maybe do a reload from the XREF.
maybe, but I don't think it should. So tiny. If I wanted to try this out, so if I erase and redraw, let's just manually erase it and redraw it. I'll locate points. 0.08, 0.08. And still that same old size. Put in this one right here. No, it's the same. So they've line type scalar. It's like an inch and a half. See, it should not be tied to that. And I change that back to like 1.5. See, it's Wow. See what they're trying to do, but I disagree with that as an approach. Let me think. So if I want a line type to repeat every inch and a half, that's what this word scalar means. I think of it in terms of inches. I'm inch to feet, US feet. 100 scale. Let me change this to 50 just for temporaries. So all that works. So, okay, and then let's draw locate those points again. And it just comes back to its right size. Let me take a look here. Oops, sorry, wrong. I meant to do this. All right, so we're going to set the dimension scale to drawing scale. Set PD size to symbol size, insert G units. Set LT scale. See, that's what it's doing, but we have it turned off. I'm going to uncheck that for you. You don't need that one on.
Which one?
The software rendering.
Okay.
I need it on mine because of my hardware. Then use annotative scale. Select active sales. So those are good. We'll leave those for now. Carlson alpha, linking, max offset. Those are good. Did we? Oh, I know what I meant to do was, it's not there, it's here. Point defaults, and we say use annotative points. If we say no, yeah, that's our problem because right now we're at one-to-one annotation. So if we say no for that, and then let's try to redraw that. It should come up correctly. Yeah, there we go. Okay, but now what the heck is going on with this? To the front, no effect. Send it to the back. All right, I'm going to try something. I'm just going to save. Let's close it and reopen it. Let's see what comes up. All right, so there's that. So that could have been a Zoom thing with video going on. I'm not sure, but now our point is at the right size. And we can
Do we
even
need
come
to do
back.
anything else for the template?
No, I think that part's okay. I've got your settings changed in here to not use annotative points. Now we could, do you act, well, maybe we'll set that back. Let me think about this a second. If we set,
How did the horizontal scale get to 50? Did you do that?
I changed that just
Okay.
temporarily to see if it would fix it. So if we go back to 100, oops. I don't like this business. It looks like they're forcing everybody's hand. The problem is when you share that around with other AutoCAD users, because I personally like to leave that set to one, and that does this here too. We might have to take a look at how that works. If you do other line type changes, we'll test that in just a minute. All right, so if I set that there, now that point's not going to change unless I redraw the point, and it should, yeah, so it bumped it up now because we're at 100 scale. So that's responding, but now that's actual ground distance. But you see this down here is 1 inch equals 100 feet. So what was going on is when we had this, I'm sorry, not there. We had this where we had on before to use annotative points.
Yeah,
That means that when it draws the points, it looks at this 1 inch equals 100 feet, and then it puts that 0.08 in there. So it was 100 times too small. So it reacted to that. Now here's here's the effect of that. So right now that's my current annotation scale. So if I change that to be 1 inch equals 50, I've now changed the scale, but you notice the point did not change.
right.
So it would stay. So if you were to go into some of these over here and put a different scale in, your points would not change size. But if we wanted it to, we needed to have this on like so, and that might be worth having on. Let me see. The problem is now this one's already done, so I need to erase it first and redraw it. So now if I change my, and did that change this? It didn't change this, but if I have, let's say I'm doing a 20 scale. And if I draw the point now, it's going to be annotative. So if I draw, so there it is. And if I now change, so there it is at 20 scale. And if I change that back to say 100, yeah, see now they're going to react. So why was it so tiny though the first time we did it? So now if we are at say 200 scale, you should see it bump up. If we were at 20 scale, it'd get real small. And that means that if we were then to, go over to one of these things and plot in one of those viewports at 20 scale, the point's going to always be that 0.08 inches tall. And that's what we want. See, that should be reactive to that. So that's working okay. The problem was, for whatever reason, and if you remember that, you remember that warning that says it was unable to set the annotation scale due to some limitation for older
Yeah,
DWG files?
right.
That's what's happening. It wasn't able to set these. So let's see now if we can repeat this process. So if we go to a new drawing from a template, and if we go to our Phillips Mickey, it's on a 100, 0808. See, it doesn't give you that line type stuff in here. Yes, we'll replace it, so it's going to be brand new. We still get that warning. And we'll say next. All right, so now if I go up to here, I'm going to set that back to 1. And we have our annotation scaling. Let me see. See, right now, this annotation scale said it's set to 1 to 1. That was what was going on. And it needed to have been on 1 inch equals 100 feet, okay, to match the scale. And that is done crap, sorry, wrong one. That's done typically right here where we say, use annotative scale. There's somewhere that it says set. So there's the LT scale. There used to be a switch in here that said tie this down here to changes in when you change your drawing setup. I don't see that. It's not the LT scale, it is the annotation scale. So if you set your active scale, support all, so that's all you need. That's going to build those, so they're there. All right, so right now it comes in, it leaves it set to 1. If you were to go in and change, if I change this to 50, just temporarily here, keep your eye down here on the bottom of the screen where that annotation scale shows up. Didn't change that either. What's this? That's my automatic. Maybe that's what's doing it. Let's go back and put that to 100. No, it's still not. So, well, here's another thing too. Maybe it's, if I change it to 100 now it's at 100. If I go back to here and change this to 50, it should change that down there at the bottom. And it's not. See, it's just setting it. So well, see if setting that, I don't think they've moved that to there. No, it's right here, set annotative to drawing scale. That's what should do it. So then when you change your drawing scale, that right there is supposed to change. And it still gives me this warning though. That's the problem. Saved in older drawing format. Well, I'll research that with Carlson. For now, just as part of your workflow, Mike, to get that to show up so that you're expecting it, whenever you set your drawing scale to here in this, and you want the point sizes to be that, accordingly to that scale, just come over here, double click down at the bottom and choose, whichever one you're going to work with. Right
Okay.
now, that's supposed to follow that, and that's where that warning comes in. So I'll see if I can't research that a little.
And where did my image go?
We haven't put it in yet. We started all over again.
Oh, okay.
So we can do your draw locate points. And now, yeah, see that reverted, but that's no problem. We can reset that. We are on control. And we enter an assign by latitude. Yes, and go ahead. Now you could even, go to so there's your point. So now go ahead and let's put our image in. Okay, that shows up size-wise like I would expect it to because we set the annotation scale. Yeah, I'll try to figure out that. And because they give that warning, that must be something in the new version of IntelliCAD. But why? We checked everything. Um, we checked everything in terms of the format that it was saving in, and it was the latest, the 2018. So if you need to adjust it after you've drawn it, if you click on it, I think you get little handles you can,
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I get,
well, if you want it square though, escape, well, undo
I
that.
don't really need it to be square.
Oh, okay. All right.
That doesn't matter to me so much.
Yeah. In fact, you can sort of mimic the shape of the property if you wanted. Like, maybe go over and go parallel to the road on that edge or something, however you want the image to appear.
Okay, then I need to do image frame. Where's my image frame?
You can just type image F and it should go to it. Same thing, image C for clip, and then, yeah, there you go. Select that. Okay.
Now, if I had wanted to keep that square, how should I have done that?
Well, you can do, when you draw a rectangle, then if you select it, instead, like you grab the corner grip,
Yeah.
I think if you grab this triangle instead, you see it keeps it squared.
Okay, and
Or,
which triangle did you draw?
you see where the grip,
Yes, the
so you
like
went to
the
the grip, but go to this
arrow.
arrow, yeah. You can also go from the side edges, but see that also lets you swing it,
Right.
and but if you grab the arrow, it's going to keep it locked
Okay.
horizontally. Okay, so that
Good
lets
to
you,
know.
yeah, and also if you needed to rotate that, that
Okay.
little arrow there lets you do that. And of course, if you just want to move it, you can just do a regular move, or you can even just grab that dot and move it around too.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, so that's how you would do those. Uh, Now once it's skewed out of that shape, you no longer get those arrows because, so, but you could sort of, you know, and as you bring, you know, say this up like
Then I
this,
don't have the image anymore.
well, it's still clipped. So what you would do is, let's say if you wanted it something like that. So that was our original clipping boundary. I don't think if we, yeah,
Oh,
it does, yeah.
wow. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, not bad. Now, one thing,
So let me ask you a question.
right,
If I clicked on this,
if you select the polyline or if you select the image, then you could just go ahead and grip it and it should move the image. Or reshape the image, yeah, reclip the image. Yeah. And that's as long as the
oh,
image frame,
shoot,
that's
what
all right.
happened there?
I think you must have,
Hit an undo.
yeah, yeah. So now you could even take this guy completely out. Now that's with your image frame on. If you had image frame off, I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think uh, if you reshape that original clipping boundary, it should react to it. But if you delete that original boundary, then I think it unclips the drawing if frame is off. I don't recall how that
So
works.
I could draw a rectangle around this and bring these lines to the rectangle and it would change the image.
Yeah, if you just do a rectangle like so, and then let's take this guy to say here, and this guy to here, or even if you know, if you made it the way you wanted to, you know, to get everything like there so that you had everything inclusive to that, then you could come back and grab that and then just snap to snap, snap to snap, or grip to snap, not snap to snap, although it is snapping. So there you go. So that's that, and you've got the two. Now, image frame, you go back and turn that on. So you could, that's a thing, if you go to, if we go back to that drawing template, if we type image frame and go ahead and set it here and then save it. Again, I know we keep having to redo this. But let's just test it real quick. We'll do that new drawing. Next for that. Now we've got our drawing set up. It's set to 100. We're going to put that back to 1. And then now if we,
Now the scale down there on the bottom is 1:1.
right, and that part, that we're going to have to manually change until I can find out why this is not reacting. The AutoCAD version reacts correctly, and even the older IntelliCAD versions react correctly, but
So
and they
this
don't.
is really a Carlson problem.
It's more an IntelliCAD problem, but Carlson is responsible for fixing those. So yeah, see
So
that
that's an
should,
argument for not updating your software till they work out all the bugs.
yeah, but the problem is by the time you do that, you're 2 versions down the road. So
Well, you know that woman who's that CAD girl,
yeah, Jennifer
uh,
DeBona.
Yeah, she gave a presentation at the
Oh, you went to the youth
convention a
conference.
couple years ago, and she said she
Oh,
never updates to the new version until it's about a year old.
well, yeah, and that's not bad advice
Bad
necessarily.
for Carlson. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, I mean, they won't be, yeah. I'm one that likes to keep things current, but I always keep the previous version installed so that if I need to go back to it, I can. Um, in fact, I still have the 2022 version installed on mine.
I
And
have 2023. I may have 2022 as well. I'm not sure.
yeah, I've got 2022 and 2023. I've also and I've requested my serial number from our guy up in New York, Mike.
Should I go ahead and enter that point?
Yeah, go ahead and put the point in, and now you should be able to not have to do image frames. So, um, because we changed that in the template, we'll see. Put your point number.
Oops. Was everything I can do to keep from not typing that minus in there.
I know. So I got two things I'm going to check. So hit enter there. There you go. And if you want to zoom to it, you can. Um, uh, now, did you change that to 1 inch equals 100 feet at the bottom?
You did,
Did I switch it? Okay.
yes. And I need to draw, okay, I need to go to grid.
Geo, yeah.
And draw.
Then yeah, just press escape. Now, when you
And
bring the image in, go ahead and do that. Yeah, see the frame's already on now because we set that up in the template to be on.
yeah,
So now what that means though too, Mike, is if you ever are plotting something, you've got an image there and the image frame shows up in your plots, you need to turn that back to,
zero.
well, either 0 or there's one of those numbers means make them visible and selectable in the drawing, but don't plot them. I don't know which one it is, so, but either one will work. So now if you select that, there you go.
Okay,
Well, I got a couple things I'll research for you and try to get an answer to, and we'll see what happens.
okay, and send me an invoice. Let's catch up.
Oh, okay. Will do.
And
So
thank you very much.
you are most welcome. I will
You'll send me a video.
video, yep. So I'm gonna stop my remote control And then I'm going to see, they've changed my, I no longer, I no longer get those. I no longer get this. Oh, well, I'm not doing the share, so I don't get my control bar there. So that's where I need to come over here, and then I'll stop the recording.